Now, this one you've all seen. It's been sent to me a million times. Please stop sending me this. This is a new form. She's going to look like a butt boy at one point. So this bitch, and you know the story, this bitch has her daughter like 4 rows back and has decided her daughter has to come out with her. I don't know why you would do that. I thought maybe the daughter's like handicapped. Okay, why aren't you sitting with her then? There's ways to ask people to switch chairs with you if you want to be with your handicapped daughter. And even if she's like, has trouble, like, you know, she's on the spectrum, whatever, then just sit there and wait till everyone else gets out. So this is weird because I don't know where the daughter is, but apparently the whole world has to stop and melt with you. And it's great to see some Karens in there, Uhuru Karens, tearing this bitch a new ass.
You're not moving. She won't let us get by, man.
What is wrong with you? I would hate to be your daughter and have to go home with you. No wonder she's back.
No wonder she's back there.
You know what? You need to be real careful because I haven't said anything to you. I haven't said anything to you all.
You've done a lot to me.
They won't let my daughter pass, and I'm not getting off without.
Oh, I see. So stop. So the daughter has been disciplined. She's been detained by a butt boy. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service. The first video was very disappointing as we saw the distinct lack of butt boys in the world, but there's a butt boy. Good work, sir. Do not let the daughter. But it's holding up the whole plane. No, it's not. This is sort of like pit maneuvers where Ron is against them and Tim says you got to do them sometimes. There's got to be collateral damage for the law. So I'm not holding up the line. I'm holding up the daughter who is breaking the law. That mom is holding up the line.
And until she can get up here, that's
No, why they can't let her come first?
They're trying to come from the back of the plane and get off first.
Why did she come from the back of the plane?
Ask what row she was in. It's going to be a one-way. It's going to be hard for everyone to
But
move
why
their
they
bags and
can't
everything.
let her pass?
You haven't been on this plane long enough, lady.
I'm sorry.
Everybody
Mind your
You haven't-
motherfucking business.
Mind your mother business. Hey, she's so low IQ that she doesn't understand why this is an issue and that she goes, I haven't done anything to you. Yeah, you have. You're holding me up. I might miss my connection. And she thinks she's being a good mother. Like, I'm not exiting a plane without my daughter. Do you think the plane's going to take off? Do you think we're going to lock the door behind you and take off? Exit the plane and then stand by the door as other people leave.
Or just sit down and wait.
Or just sit down, yeah.
Yeah.
She's coming, I promise.
Mind your motherfucking business. Sorry. Nobody said nothing to you. And you
Look at this guy with his neck pillow. I hate neck pillow people.
Problem solver. You are not the problem solver.
You are the problem.
Here.
You're the problem.
No, you are the problem. No, she actually. And I asked her a question. And I asked her a question.
We're all trying to get out. We said, excuse me. And then she can come up. You can wait
Thank
for her.
fuck y'all.
Oh, what is that, logic?
Baltimore, baby.
Hi, this is Anthony Cumia,
Hello, I'm Gavin McInnes.
and together we're Compound Censored.
And we would like you to subscribe with this deal using this promo code right below me right now.
Do it, because it's very entertaining.
Baltimore bitch. All right, let's start the God wheel, but God probably won't like this, so I just want to throw this in. It's got really nothing to do with the show, but we've been watching a lot of people behave badly, and it would be nice just to see a good old-fashioned bonk. Shall we? All right. Let's watch a bonk. This guy's threatening people with scissors. Go back to the beginning. So he's threatening people with scissors. Perfect bonk. Nice, great other bonk. And then this brilliant move. How to get scissors out of a guy's hand.
Oh, wow.
Make it into a clamp. That's Naples, so it's Italian. I don't know where that guy's from. All right, let's Okay, one more. These guys were trying to steal an air compressor while it's running and doing its job, not in the middle of the night, but on a construction site. And I'm going to assume Mexicans start hurling wood at them and shooting them with a nail gun.
Trying to steal it while it's running is kind of a race interruption in a way if it's running.
Yeah, I guess. Kind of a pun there.
It's a pun, yeah, sorry.
But they don't seem to understand, like, if you're a thief and you're caught, you're supposed to say, uh-oh, and run away. You don't keep thieving. Although an animal, I could see an animal like a raccoon, when you catch it, it like go whoosh, and then keep trying to get back to the confectionery. This is what, they're animals. This is what, I'm not saying black people are animals. These two people are animals. He's got plastic over his head. Look, it's already chained down. So this obviously happened before. Look, she's pulling on the chain like a raccoon. What are they doing? Are they drunk? He keeps changing his mind too. Okay, I am going to steal it after all. He's an imbecile. Better watch you guys don't get shot, by the way. This guy's obviously very low IQ. Okay, is that working? Yes, that worked. All right, so showed you some assholes, and I know it pisses you off, but let's get to the God Wheel.
All right.
The God Wheel.
You know what we'll have to do, Sean, just to
Yeah.
bore everyone? Not now and not in an hour, but when we get some time, we're just going to have to take everything apart.
Okay.
Move the monitor, move the cameras, start with me here,
Okay.
and then act accordingly.
All right.
How me sitting here means I appear here? I don't fucking know. All right. Let's see what the big guy has to offer. I should probably get my computer ready. Still not enjoying this iPad at all. I was always
Has anyone
correct.
given you any good tips yet that you've used?
Yeah, people are saying like they can get on the phone with me or we can do a FaceTime and stuff. It's just so inconvenient.
Yeah.
Again, iPads are for girls. Computers are for boys. I almost hated Janet because you know what she did? This whole screen looks so wonky. I should bring a level from home. You know how they have these things on screens on planes where you can't see their movie? You know, it's
Okay.
they have it on, you can get it on your monitor too. If you want to do work and not have me judge you for your PowerPoint, you can put this thing on your screen and other people can't see you from an angle. So from her seat, she's 72. She sees that she's from Leeds. She sees that my screen isn't on. It is on. I'm watching The Accountant too. And she goes, and then she starts messing with my buttons
What?
and turns it off. And she goes, "You're going to need a refund. That doesn't work." I go, "I'm not mad." I go, "It works fine." But again, with women today, I mean, she's a boomer, but this like hubris and confidence, you're just like, can you imagine reaching over to someone else's TV on a flight and just,
I
I
couldn't
don't like
imagine
that.
caring that much.
I'm going to fix this problem of yours.
Yeah.
That's why I knew she wanted to chat. That was her reaching out. And after seeing that shitty movie, I was like, let's talk about stuff. Yeah. Here we go. Trump. Trumpety Trump, Trump, Trump. I have a very loosely affiliated thing here about Trump. It is this new bitch, Katie Porter. I think we have come across the biggest in the world. And the reason I'm allowed to crowbar her into Trump, which if you recall, God directed us to last year, I'm allowed to do that because this is her identity. Just like Tisha James. Tisha James was elected on the basis of, I hate Trump, I'm going to torture him with lawfare. Mark Carney, Prime Minister of Canada. He ran on, I hate Trump, I hate America. Who cares if our entire economy is contingent on American business? Fuck them. We'll sell our lumber to the Chinese. Well, we'll use our own oil. Very dumb. Sorry, I'm still thinking about this framework here. So, did you just pull her up on your own?
Oh, yeah. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, but no, we'll get to her.
Okay.
So, what is the first one I want to go to so I get to say it's about Trump? Not Riley Gaines, not pedophilia. Oh, yeah, I think it's 30. Cuntiest interview ever. By the way, I've noticed a lot of walkout interviews involve a female interviewer. And in this case, the female interviewer isn't doing anything wrong, but it might kind of be like female cops, where people feel more inclined to act out when a woman is in control. So this is one of the cuntiest interviews I've ever seen. I'm sure you've seen it. So Katie Porter, sorry. She's running to be the rep she's running for Gavin Newsom's job. I believe she wants to be the Dem rep for
governor?
Governor of California, and then maybe president. And she's one of the worst people ever. So how do you win without Trump voters? Pretty simple question. Go ahead.
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win, ma'am?
Well, unless you
Stop.
think you're going to get...
Ma'am. How would I need them in order to win, ma'am? She looks trans. Yeah. I will say, though, a woman at this level of arrogance and cuntiness is probably an amazing lay. She's an evil bitch and would be a great fuck, especially after a bottle of wine. But that doesn't mean she's a good person, because she's not. And conversely, the woman doing the interviewing seems like a pretty high IQ, reasonable person. Seems like she has a good heart. I don't see her as a good lay. I don't want to fuck her. I'd rather fuck the fucking warthog right here. That's who you want to romp around with, a bitch.
percent of the vote. You think you'll get 60%? Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're thinking.
In a general election, yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another Democrat?
I don't intend that to be the case.
So how do you not intend that to be the case? Are you going to ask them not to run?
No, I'm saying I'm going to build the support. I have the support already in terms of name recognition. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that we get through this primary in a really strong position. But let me be clear with you. I represented Orange County. I represented a purple area. Mm-hmm. I have stood on my own 2 feet and won Republican votes before. That's not something every candidate in this race can say. If you're from a deep blue area, if you're from LA or you're from Oakland, you don't have an experience.
But you just said you don't need those Trump voters.
But you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't think
I feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative.
So she just got caught being a retard. She's Harvard Law, right? So she's never wrong. She's a perfect. Well, she does have kids, but she sure acts like she's childless. I don't need Trump supporters to win. Okay, and then she says I'm really good with Republicans and getting their votes. You know that Republicans vote for Trump, right? So then when confronted with that obvious contradiction, she goes, I don't like where this interview's going. You're exposing me as a retard. And by the way, cuntiness clouds your judgment. She's so aggressive and confrontational right now that it's leading her to make dumb mistakes like, I don't need Republicans, I got Republicans. Which is it?
What is your question?
The question is the same thing I asked everybody, that this is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power grab. Every other candidate has answered this question. This is not
correct. And I said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written.
I saw someone say, you can tell her staff hates her because of the way they allowed this lighting to go to air.
It's also a weird setting, you know. It's like
Yeah, it's like, are you guys doing a pre-tape before the interview? A little pre-interview?
Yeah.
And I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that.
Well, to those voters, okay, so you.
You
I don't
know
want to
what
keep
you're
doing.
saying. You don't know what you're saying.
I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered
I don't
our
care.
follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation in which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And we're
Porter,
just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never had to do this
reporter.
before, ever.
You've never had to have a
end an
conversation
interview.
with
To end
a
an
reporter?
interview.
Okay, but every other candidate has done this.
You know
What
what's
part
funny?
of-
Neither of them have any idea why the other person is upset.
Yeah.
It's not like an agree to disagree thing here. They both experience the same reality and they both have a 100% different understanding of what just happened. And that's not reconcilable.
I'm me. I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. So I am going to make.
So you're not going to answer questions from reporters? Okay, why don't we go through? I will continue to ask follow-up questions because that's my job as a journalist, but I will go through and ask these. And if you don't want to answer, you don't want to answer. So nearly every legislative.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you. And I don't want this all on camera.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you either. I would love to continue to ask these questions so that we can show our viewers what every candidate
Girls are weird. I don't get them.
feels about every one of these issues that they care about. And redistricting is a massive issue. We're going to do an entire story just on the responses to that question. And I've asked everybody the same follow-up questions.
Wow. I hadn't seen that whole thing before. All right. We got to do You're in My Fucking Shot.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I think that's 2-6.
2-7.
I think it's the first one.
I got it right here.
Yeah, this one's good.
And the state could lose. Get out of my fucking shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot.
Who is that?
I'm going to start again with
She's clearly at
electric vehicles
home,
saving
right?
us money. Perfect.
Yeah.
Is that her
The state
daughter?
could lose.
It's got to be an assistant or
Get
something.
out of my fucking shot.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually
If you watch MSNBC, like they're all at home. Like your show's more professional, and you got
Yeah.
me as the producer. It's like crazy.
Oh shit! I don't have the Riley Gaines one. I don't think she said about Riley Gaines. She's on Bill Maher and she hates Riley Gaines. And there it is. Piers Morgan's like, "What's your problem with Riley Gaines?"
Civil debate. Nobody, including Riley Gaines, who I disagree with strongly, should feel
What do you
physically.
disagree with, out of interest?
I think that it should be up to sporting bodies to make the decisions about who and
What
how
has she
should
said that's
compete.
actually wrong?
I think that what she has done is try to turn this. We talked about people, using things to kind of get likes and get clicks.
Stop.
That's not what she's.
That is. I hate that allegation. Remember on the Young Turk? No. Patrick Bet David, with that retard David. What's his name? Said to Katie Hopkins,
David
"Look,
Hogg, or-
there's a thing called a phone here. There's a thing called Google, and you may want to look up whether police have guns in Britain and whether Muslims are a problem in Britain. I know you do things just to get clicks. That's like they say that about Ann Coulter. Does she really believe the things she says, or is it just to get clicks?
Well, that's what most of Vice's Broke was about as well. What you say is about clicks, and
Individuals are not really just going out there saying need to go back to Africa so they can get clicks. People don't. Corporations kowtow to the woke media because it's good for business. But people don't really just say outrageous shit for clicks, outrageous shit they don't believe. I can't really think of someone, like even a retard like Don Lemon, he believes all the garbage that comes out of his mouth. But who goes out there and just is like, I don't believe in the Holocaust. Yeah, I got a bunch of clicks on that one.
Doing. I've got no truck for Riley Gaines personally, but all I've seen her do is stand up for women's rights to fairness and equality.
But
she actually competed against Leah Thomas, and it was obviously unfair. Leah Thomas won one of the races in the NCAA championships by 50 seconds against a bunch of biological females.
50 seconds. This woman is a genetic. You can see it sometimes. Like she was a nightmare when she was 2. She's not a product of her environment. She was born this way.
You simply couldn't keep up. That cannot be right. It cannot be fair.
That is something that I think our sporting bodies should be dealing with. And by the way, Riley is speaking up for herself, and that is her prerogative, and I respect her free speech.
I think she's speaking up for pretty much every female athlete in the world.
I mean, wasn't that the point of Title IX? Title IX in the early 70s was something that was it was a major event in feminism, that we finally have this law that says at colleges, right, and I think high schools too, but definitely colleges, women's sports have to be given equal to men's sports so that women aren't and this led to the WNBA and lots of other stuff. This seems to be the opposite of that. It seems to be so many instances, I think, where wokeness is the opposite of what I grew up as liberalism. Liberalism was, let's give the women an equal shot. This is let's put a male in the swimming pool with the women. I don't get it.
It's crazy. And meanwhile, trans people who genuinely want to compete at athletics and swimming or whatever it may be, they're the ones who are suffering here. They need to be found a way to compete fairly and justly.
Well, what's your answer then?
I think there's one or two answers. I think
that's enough of that. You know, another problem with these lefties when they get like that is they don't know critical thinking. They don't understand contradictions. So she says the tropes that I don't like Riley Gaines. We need trans women in sports. And everyone agrees with her on that in her world. And then someone goes, no, she's not doing it for clicks. You have to think, constructively about this. And that's why she's always out of her league. Have you noticed this? Here she's saying pedophiles are awesome. And they are. I mean, we all know that raping children is bad, but the actual people who do it, salt of the earth. Again, she's in her stupid kitchen.
The allegation of groomer and pedophile, it is alleging that a person is criminal somehow and engaged in criminal acts merely because of their identity, their sexual orientation, their gender identity. So this is clearly prohibited under Twitter's content, yet you found hundreds of these posts on the platform. The allegation of...
Yeah, honey, we're not saying that if you're gay, you're a child rapist. We're saying that there is a pattern here with the trans community, and it's not good. Here she is lying, I'm convinced, saying that her daughter was worried about being raped after Trump won because she wouldn't be able to have an abortion. Very convenient thing to say. And I don't believe that her daughter said this. And if she didn't, then you are using a horrific example to further your political career, your point. And that is like sacrificing a child to the woke gods. Like, I would never use this as even an analogy to help my point.
So on election night, I went to pick up my daughter from water polo practice, and she's 12, and she got in the car and she was crying. And I said, did someone punch you? Like, water polo's a rough sport. I was like, did someone hit you? Did the coach yell at you? What happened? And she said, Mom, Trump won. Trump's gonna win. And what if I get raped and I need to have an abortion? This is from a 12-year-old, my 12-year-old daughter. And so it was really a reminder of how scary this.
I would love to see a body language expert go through that. Because she does that horrific lie, and everyone's like, what the fuck? 12-year-olds are talking about rape? And then I've noticed when liars say a lie, like, yeah, I was a Marine for many years. And Marines are really important because it's sort of like a version of in the sense that, like, they say the lie, it lands too hard, and then they start, like, obfuscating and diluting what they just said to sort of muddy the waters so that lie isn't sitting there isolated.
Time is for people, and how important it is for Democrats to have strategies, both at the state level and the federal level, to make sure that we can continue to protect people's rights. So on election night.
What's this? How others see us? 3-1. Is this her? I want to see the. Did we already show the part where she potato raped her husband?
No, we didn't show that yet.
She threw boiling potato water on him during a fight, and he charged her with domestic assault. She has a criminal record for this. Former husband of Rep. Katie Porter said the California Democrat frequently abused him verbally, threw toys, books, and other objects at him during their marriage, even pouring scalding hot mashed potatoes on his head during a fight. Matt Hoffman, who filed for divorce from Porter in 2013, said in a request restraining order dated that year that he was routinely called a fucking idiot and fucking incompetent by his rage-prone spouse, who also shattered a glass coffee pot on their kitchen counter when she felt their house wasn't clean enough. Again, this is one of the best lays you will ever have in your life, but one of the worst people ever to be. You can see why Matt hung in so long, but eventually it's not worth the pussy.
He must have been invested in brown paper bags.
What?
Brown paper bags over her head. That's the only way to probably
Okay.
get it done.
So that was, what was that 3-1?
That was
What's
30.
3-1?
3-1 is the cuntiest interview we already saw.
Okay, we already saw that.
Yeah.
And then Mark Halperin, who I used to hate because he's like an ABC normie liberal journal, but I think he's sort of drifting at least center. And then you have Sean Spicer. What was he? The White House spokesman, political advisor to Trump, former White House secretary. And then Dan Turrentine. He's commonly on these sort of liberal shows, but he's a good guy. He's no dummy. And they're all very familiar with her. They've been working in politics for a long time. And I like to hear their take on this fucking.
Dan, if you were staffing her and she came off, what would you say?
I gotta go.
What would you say? What would you say to her if you were staffing her and she did that?
Well, the challenge is that is who Katie Porter is. I spent a lot of time around that office. For those who don't know, she went to Harvard Law School. Elizabeth Warren was one of her professors. She considers herself kind of an acolyte of Elizabeth Warren. She is condescending and patronizing. She absolutely believes that she is right. You are wrong. She's smarter than you. It comes across. So, you have to start with, Mark, the fact that, like, you have to sit and ask questions and have respect for the person who's asking you questions. She doesn't respect Trump voters, and she didn't respect those type of questions. You just can't talk to people like that. And that is Katie Porter's problem. It's why so many people dislike her and disliked her in Congress.
Perfect.
Yeah. Do you guys think she's the front runner?
I hope so. We might actually have a chance in California if she is. She is today because the base loves her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Am I stupid? I thought, is Gavin Newsom going to give up?
Well, I would assume the presumption is he's running for president. And usually that doesn't go well to also run for governor for re-election. But,
Oh, I see. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. So I am stupid is the answer. Okay.
No.
I got you. Okay, so I hope God doesn't think that I crowbarred that in there. But what's new with Trump? Oh,
he just caused the end of the war, it seems like.
Yep, and it's like a day before they announce who gets the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yep.
Barack Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize for being black, and Trump will get nothing for this. They've agreed to free the hostages. Israel has agreed to not advance past a certain line in the sand. Pretty major. Pretty fucking major. And then, of course, all his hilarious tweets. Let's do a softie this time.
All right.
Terrible black female politicians. Okay, it always comes back to here. I think one of the reasons it always comes back to here is because Trump is into meritocracy. If you decide who gets what, then you're playing God, which is why Stalin killed so many people, because he was playing God. So he likes to keep coming back to this, which he did like 20 times, if you recall last week.
Yeah.
Because he wants to say meritocracy is natural. I am nature. So let's check in here on No Jasmine Crockett. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah.
We already did Tanya Fernandez Anderson, I believe.
Yes, we did.
Yep. I'm sick of you talking about me. It's so funny. It's so low IQ. What do I have to fucking do to get heard here? And then, will you stop listening to me? That's not an exaggeration. Let's check in on Lucy McBath, shall we? Right. Who is Lucy McBath? I don't know. She is ugly. Patel. Oh, wait. I think we already covered this one too.
Okay.
This is the one. It
looks familiar.
Yeah. She goes, you have no. Oh, no, that was Jasmine Crockett. This is someone else interrogating her.
Okay.
And Jasmine Crockett, she goes, you have no experience with the FBI. And Kash Patel goes, that's not true. And Jasmine Crockett goes, I didn't ask you a question. I know. I'm pointing out that you just said something that's not true. The questions never came up. Mr. Nagoose.
Not able to do two things at one time. How would we be
Patel, I
seizing
reclaim
record
my
amounts of
time.
fentanyl?
I reclaim my time.
23,000 violent felons have been arrested.
Time belongs to the
More
gentlelady.
than twice as many as
Time
last
belongs to
year.
the gentlelady from Georgia.
Thank you very much. And this request basically is,
Turn it up.
it is an article from Reuters, which quotes law enforcement officers
Stop.
familiar with.
Reuters. Is that who you call when your toilet gets clogged? Reuters. It's Reuters, you dumb bitch.
Agents who once covered child exploitation cases, but now focus on immigration child exclusive. Thousands of agents diverted to Trump immigration track down. Mr. Patel, in the short time I have left, your tenure as director of FBI has been somewhat problematic. Americans are left definitely less safe under your watch. You have gutted the FBI's ability to keep safe from domestic terrorism.
She can't even read.
You have sent FBI agents to conduct traffic stops and round up hardworking immigrants who pose no danger to public safety. People even President Trump referred to as good, longtime workers. Your job is to protect and serve the American public.
Time to the
You have
gentlelady.
spent your time protecting heinous
Stop.
individuals.
Is this what low IQ politics have come down to? Just some dumb reading something else that someone else wrote and reading it poorly? Like, how idiocracy is this? Her staff wrote her a letter to read. It reminds you of like 1602, where some aristocrat, Ponce, who was the son of the king, the Duke of Edinburgh, and he was just given some parchment to read, and then he goes off and gets drunk and gets some weird STD. That's what we're at. These are just silly, inbred aristocrats. You talk. At least those aristocrats could read.
And using the FBI to serve as a political circus. You at times have appeared unequipped.
Time to the
This country
gentlelady has
deserves better,
expired.
and I yield.
Gentlelady yields
May
back.
I respond?
Sure can.
Simply put, what is it? Are we failing? If we're failing, how are we arresting 23,000 violent felons? Twice as many as this time last year. Are we failing? Because if we're failing, how are we seizing 1,500 kilograms of meth, 25% increase from last year? Are we failing? Because we captured 4 top 10 FBI most wanted from around the world in 7 months. That's more than the entirety of the last administration. Are we failing? Because we put 1,500 child predators in prison. Are we failing? Because we dismantled 300 human trafficking networks. Which is it? You don't like me, that's fine. But don't you dare disparage the men and women of the FBI that are producing record results in historic fashion to protect this country. They are kicking ass for America, and they're going to continue to do so.
Quite a difference. Quite a difference between those two. One was reading, the other was speaking from the heart.
So if you enjoyed that clip,
then subscribe to Compound Censored using this promo code.